Hello, beautiful frequency artist. That's what you are. You are frequency, you are energy in form. Your body is the instrument, the paintbrush, the microphone, and it all sings the tune that you choose to tune into, which is your frequency. Does that make sense? Does that resonate? Because I know that today's message is all about your power, your frequency, your magic. I don't know if the cards are going to come out. I don't know. I actually don't know very much in this moment, and actually in every moment. And surrendering to that is the funnest way to play. It's like, let's play the not knowing game, right? Switch it around. Change the conditioning. You don't need to know anything beyond the now. Okay, so if any of this resonates with you, my name is Angela and I channel Source Consciousness daily through for you guys, and today is a messy day. Today is a messy day for me, and I imagine for you too, because if this message has found you, it's because of the frequency. You and I are of the same frequency. There is a match. There is something in my messy magic that will assist you with your messy magic. That's why we are co-creating it together. That's why we found each other. That's why we are breathing the same breath across time and space. Source wants you to begin to think this way, to play this way, because it is the only way. Stop the clock. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing stop the clock. I'm hearing stop rushing. Like, take a beat. And I love this for you. I love this for you because I feel like there is a bit of conditioning attached to this. 222. So this is a gateway out of duality. Some conditioning that is what I'm hearing. And let me just breathe into this because my human gets uncomfortable with words like this. So I'm hearing that within this message, there is almost a key to one of the shackles that you have been allowing yourself to be bound to. And it's not something conscious, it's something very subconscious. And that's all that's coming through. Okay, so take a beat. Generally that means to pause, yes? But think of your heart, like your heart beats. Your heart is the beat that you beat to. So when you take a beat, you are not just pausing, you're actually going into your sacred heart space. You're actually listening to your song. You are a frequency artist. Imagine the world as an orchestra. Every single being is just a tune or instrument, some part of an elaborate symphony. This symphony, when it is played in its perfection, is new earth for everyone. It's heaven on earth. The symphony, when it is, how do I say this? Not quite in tune, right? Where everything's not quite in time, in tempo, in tune, in co-creative, magical nowness. That's what's coming through. Meaning they are not at the highest frequency. They're not playing at the frequency that they came here to play at. You came here to be a certain frequency, because that particular frequency that you came here to embody, it is the part of this symphony 444, and without it, new earth does not come. That's how magical you are. That's how powerful you are. That's how vital you are. It's how important you are. You need to I'm just hearing somebody needs to hear that they matter. You do. Because what's coming through is this important. I'm just hearing, I need to know that I'm important. I need to know that I matter. I don't know who this particular stream is for, but this is what this message is here for. This is what the energy of this day is for, I feel, even though this is all happening now and there is no day. Not really. The energy, it's been crazy for me since yesterday, and I know that it is eclipse, equinox, and new moon all happening tomorrow, right, on the 22nd of September. This is timeless, but I find it very, very interesting, and I've gotten quite a little bit of information on that, the twos, that it is a gateway out of duality, like something is really going to shift if it hasn't already. If this message has found you, it is here to remind you of the most important truth. New earth does not exist without you. Heaven on earth does not exist without you. And right now, it's all about fine-tuning your frequency. Not fine-tuning your human, not fine-tuning your life, because none of that matters. I mean, it matters in as much as you make it matter, right? In as much meaning as you give it to, because we give things meaning. Everything is meaningless. Nothing has meaning without the human's focus, without the human soul, without the human story, or not even the story, but the role that you came here to play. Because you are here, you cannot escape duality, but it is where you play with duality, where you get to experience what duality feels like from your 0 point, from your heart space, from a non-linear, non-dual oneness place. You get to play with duality, and this is the message that Source wants you to hear today, that you matter, that you are of the utmost importance, because without you, true heaven on earth does not come in. Like that, you're like the linchpin. You're the linchpin. Nothing matters, nothing works without you. And this is why everything has been so intense. Okay, things have been a bit hectic for you. Hearing that you have been experiencing, some of you have been experiencing like a lot of conflict, a lot of 3D drama, story stuff. This is all happening at this time. It's all ramping up so that you can be where you are meant to be. I need a sip of water. Oh, no, I haven't opened it yet. What I'm realizing, and it's not even realizing, it's remembering. It's so not about perfection. It's so not about trying. It's just about being whatever you feel called to be in that now moment, without question, without thinking. When you give yourself permission to do that, to be that, you are free. Because then everything that you used to give meaning to, that you used to do things for it. What I'm hearing right now, it's like you're changing. Okay, it's like you were a diesel car and you are having a new engine put in, like a vegetable oil, I don't know, air engine. Like you're changing your fuel source at the moment. So that's kind of why the void feels a bit dull at some moments, right? Boring, empty. You are still recognizing your new fuel source, while at the same time consciously choosing to detach from the old fuel source, which is the drama, the stories. And it's a big shift. It's a big shift, I know, because it's something that I am undergoing too. Right? This message wouldn't have found you otherwise. 11:11. And I've realized for me that even with these messages, the less perfect I try and make them, like basically, how do I say this? The less I try, the more fun I have, the more things shift for me. It's so undeniable. And I find it funny because, like, if I were to look at today, was it yesterday? This morning. Time is really, really strange for me, friends. Also, I don't sleep very much. So, yeah, anyway, what was coming through? Time. If it's gone, I'm gonna allow it to go. It was a personal share, maybe not the place to share it. Okay. So, things have wrapped up. And it is to assist you. I know from personal experience that it can feel not like assistance at all. I've also cursed the gods and then cursed, myself, and literally cursed everything, right? I don't understand. This is me. How can I not see, right? The battle. I've been there. I've been in that frequency. And I still have my moments. And this is why when I bring through the messages of like checking your frequency, it is because it is of the greatest assistance. Like, it allows you to take a beat from the drama, from the story, from the reality, and go, I am just a fucking music note, and all I need to do is stay in tune. That's it. And have fun while I'm doing that. That's how simple it is. And I know it goes against everything that the human tells you life is, or how it's supposed to be, or how spirituality is supposed to be. I've brought this particular message through a few times where you came here to wake up the easy way. And I felt how do I say this? Like the resistance, the trigger, because immediately what I'm hearing is like, you think it's been easy for me? How could you possibly? Okay, that's coming through. It's a triggering thing because it's as easy and it's as difficult as we allow it to be, as we give it permission to be. I played in the difficult paradigms. I did. I allowed myself to be pulled into lower paradigms because I did not trust my sovereignty, because I did not trust my authority, because I allowed spiritual people, friends even, to convince me otherwise, right? Because I saw them as higher. I saw them as knowing more. Or even watching somebody, a channel, right? I saw them as higher. Didn't trust my resonance. And I played in lower frequencies. I made it harder for myself. I took what I actually knew to be true and I said, somebody's told me that this thing that I've always known, that's always felt innate, that is not true, because it's not like that for them. And I've dropped my frequency. It's like, you know what I'm speaking about? And this is really what you're being called to look at. There's junk in your trunk. There's junk in your trunk that is calling for you to, like, you're driving, to just like pop open your trunk, your boot, which is how what we call it in South Africa. I've always found that funny, the different words we have for, like, it's a hooter here, it's a horn there, just strange things. But yeah, you're being called to pop open your trunk and hit the gas pedals so that everything flies out without you even knowing what was inside. Drop everything. That's what you're being called to do. And it's practice. It's practice. It's just checking your frequency. It's just checking your tuning. It's remembering that none of this is real. And everything is here for play. Friends, what's coming through here is that when it comes through that you're being called to play in a whole new way, what it means is you're being called to play in your way. Nobody can teach you that. Nobody can tell you that. No one can show you that. It's something that is felt. You guide you through feeling. You guide you through resonance. I'm going to pull one alchemy card and I'm going to call this message as it is, because I feel that Source wants you to know that you're the one running the show. You are the director, you are the actor, you are the lighting, you are the script writer, you are the viewer watching the show. You are every viewer watching the show. It's all you. What you say goes. So allow whatever doesn't feel good to go. Your human may like the drama. Your human may try and convince you that it enjoys knowing everything. Your human, your ego, is here for you to wake up from. Your ego is duality. Your ego is the doorway to duality. So as your ego melts away, which is what is occurring, 9111, this is why everything is rampant up. This is why the heat has been turned up, right? You're in the melting pot. Ego, the non-true self, the non-divine self, all melting away. Unity consciousness, oneness consciousness, your 0 point wide open. Have you been feeling called to play? Have you been feeling called to just maybe not do things at all, or to just drop things, and to just say things, and to just, I don't know, dance in your kitchen? Whereas before you might have thought, oh, can the neighbors see me? this is the frequency and energy that I'm feeling, that this realization that I'm getting huge ringing confirmation here, this realization that none of it matters, that you create somebody thinking about you by wondering if they will think it, that you create doubt when you question whether somebody will enjoy your lentil curry. You quite literally like change it. Like, let's say you spend hours making this lentil curry or lamb shank or what, something that takes a really, really long time, and it's perfect because you were in the zone and you made it and you had fun while you were making it, and now you are serving it, and let's say the thinking starts. So it's beautiful, perfectly, let's say it is like perfectly encoded for whomever taste buds is going to taste it. Okay, but as you start serving everybody their meal and you begin plating it, you're like, oh, maybe I should have browned it a bit more, the sauce is a bit thin, or you start thinking spells over it, and by the time it gets from perfection to taste to experience, it's lost some of its magic. Not really lost, because it could not really go anywhere, but it's like you hid some of it. You took some of it away. And this is perfect. There is nothing wrong with it. Everything is perfect, including the times that you spoke, thought, negativity over your perfect creations. All of this is to remind you, to assist you, to decode you, to unwind you. And because I feel like, well, actually, image, love this, thank you. What's coming through, it's like right now, you are a top and you don't like wearing clothes or anything, but you're having this really tight string wound and wound and wound and wound and wound around you so that you can eventually spin free. So there may be some uncomfortability if you allow yourself to sit in uncomfortability. Everything is a choice. Okay, so I'm going to take one card, just wanting to note that the Sun card is at the bottom, the One card as well, and I feel like this is your moment. This is your moment, friend. And I'm getting such confirmation there, and the emotion that is, the feelings that are coming up, like let me just breathe for a moment, but it's bringing up a lot because it's so beautiful. It's like every big movie scene, like, is Evita one of those movies? I think so, where there's like a whole crowd waiting and there's been like this whole intense thing, or maybe she's never stepped out on stage and she's finally there, and you know, like that, you know how you feel when you're watching a movie like that has an ending and you're like, finally, yay. That's the feeling. So Source wants you to know that, there we go. Oh, I think this card came out yesterday. I'm gonna read it again, or the day before. But I know that it really is about this creative energy, and this is kind of what we're going through right now. Like there's a lot. You're here to have fun. It's like you've been given a yes day. I don't know why all the movie references are coming through, friends, but you've been given a yes day. I don't know if you've watched the movie. It's about parents giving their kids a yes day, where the kids get to ask for anything and the parents have to say yes within a few parameters. As you can imagine, very, very fun for the kids. You've been given a yes day, except it's not really a day. This is like a moment, a portal, a week or two, you get to feel, but like there's something that you've been called to do, play in a way, create in a way, maybe go away, something. And there's been some hesitancy, some fear of the old ways, fear. Take it how it resonates. Okay, Neptune is 9. Okay, so this is, and open straight onto Neptune. Okay, divinity, mysticism, seeking. Neptune is the mystic's planet. Its transcendent energy projects towards the heavens. When the Neptune card appears, the seeker archetype is activated and doorways to new dimensions open. A voice whispers from beyond the earthly plane, perhaps calling you to a pilgrimage or new spiritual practice. Or you may experience a meditative bliss beyond your wildest dreams. Divinity has arrived. Whether you call it nirvana, samadhi, enlightenment, or just good old serenity, amidst your spiritual awakening, remember that ultimately the work is not about you. The work is about what's bigger than you. Stay grounded in that reality, and you're likely to avoid Neptune's pitfalls of narcissism and escapism. History shows us examples of spirituality turned madness, so keep your woo-woo tendencies in balance with a little selfless service. Pick up a spiritual text that you haven't read in a while. Reread it as if for the first time. Recall the first moment you experienced Neptune's energy, perhaps a godlike encounter when you were young. There is a key in this memory. Write about it today. Being told to take another card. So this reading is going to be from here. I'm going to take 2 more cards from the Alchemy deck, and it'll be a more of this, less of this. Just being told that will be my human resists the rhymes, but that will assist. Okay, and I will also stop resisting. Okay, so more of this. No. Sorry friends, I'm really taking the time with this because I'm feeling that there's something to this. Okay, more of that, less of this. Okay, so more of this. Let's start with less. Okay, so Saturn. 8. 8 or is it 7? 7. What is this? Now this card did come out yesterday or the day before. Yellowing. More of yellowing. Less of Saturn. Okay. Structure, authority, consequences. Saturn is known as the great ruler, the authoritative father, and the structuring force. Limitations, rules, logistics, and laws all fall under Saturn's claim, and they insist on our adherence. Saturn constricts, it corrects, it governs. The force of this planet is mind-bogglingly frustrating, especially for creative types, as it can feel like one limitation after another. Yet its ability to support is unmatched. No creative project can come to be without the Saturnian qualities of commitment, endurance, and steadiness. The tick of the clock reminds us of this planet's steadfast presence, eternally measuring. It's no surprise it's associated with the metal lead and the qualities of density and weight. To embrace Saturn is to embrace the foundation and become one's own central authority. It's not as dull or as easy as it sounds. That's Saturn's secret. Go deeper, read the poem, The Core of Masculinity by Rumi, to ponder silence as power. Ironically, and to the amusement of anarchists everywhere, the authoritarian energy of Saturn is said to reside in the middle finger. Saturn is deeply related to time and chronology. It is linked to the Greek god Kronos and to Father Time. Consider your relationship with the clock today, and above all, don't be late. And what I'm seeing right now is the bunny in Alice in Wonderland, right? Versus Alice, exploring, creating, having fun. Okay, so less of that, which is, I kind of feel like these cards are all just really beautifully, because these, I really believe the magic's in the book here, tying in the message that came through, possibly a lot more eloquently than came through this microphone here, but that's for you to decide. Okay, so yellowing 14, which happens to be 5, right? This is a big shift. More of this. Aging, transitioning, warning. Indicating transitioning. The yellowing leads us to the next phase of our alchemical work. Envision the yellowing as pages of a beloved novel or the ochre blanket of the leaves in fall. This color seeps out to signify the beginning of the end, a return to zero. Even a deep bruise finds a yellow tint as it reaches its final phases of healing. In contrast, yellow can be the marker of a long-awaited growth, as seen in the first rays of the sun and the cheer for Cynthia in February. Remembering that the sun was at the bottom of this deck when we brought it out, when it came out to play. Whatever its message, yellowing tells the truth. It leads us forward like the vibrant canary in the mine, warning of what's to come. Take heed. The transition is here, whether by yoke or bow. How to respond is up to you. It's likely you already know. Okay, go deeper. Look at Terry O'Neill's photographs of David Bowie in 1974 to ponder transition as a teacher. Yellow rides a fine line. In art, the color is often interpreted as cheeriness covering turmoil, as seen as the late paintings of Van Gogh. Imagine a rainbow with no yellow. The colors remain static, disconnected. The gift of yellow is the bringing of all phases, the full expression of life spectrum. Okay, beautiful, magical, divine one. Thank you for co-creating this message with me. Thank you for all that you are. Thank you for your beautiful frequency. Have a beautiful, magical now. Blessings and love. Bye-bye.